Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motzkus, and today is FabriChat.
Hi.
Good morning.
So, busy week for us. Yeah. A lot of stuff going on. But first, we're super excited that Maisie is awake and joining us. She has the hiccups, and she's drooling. Do you think she's teething?
I don't know. I can't remember when the other one started.
4 months?
I
She's
think
drooly.
I think it's a little early, but you never know. She's not fussy, so she doesn't have the traits of someone who's cutting teeth. But who knows how dramatic the fusses will be, because she's pretty chill anyways.
She is so chill. It's funny. I don't know which video it was last week. I was looking at some of the comments, and every single comment was, Maisie's so cute. I sure love looking at that baby. You know, it was all the whole thing. So you're blinking. You're like, are you going to kiss me?
I know.
Are you going to kiss me? Anyway, which is great because we feel the same way. We love hanging out with her. But what's really, really funny is that somebody else had mentioned, and I don't see this because, you know, I don't ever watch our videos, but somebody else said that all of our commercials are baby food and...
Is it really? That's funny.
YouTube and Google must be reading the comments.
It's all about babies.
It's not all about babies.
That's funny. Yeah, it must be comment related.
Yeah.
I didn't know how they got.
Yeah, it's all
the
baby
commercials.
It's all baby food stuff.
It's a little Gerber baby.
And of course, we know that no one even knows what we're talking about. We can talk about anything, and no one will know. Yeah. She thinks Nana is so funny. She thinks Nana has weird hair, which I do. I'm getting a haircut today. Yeah. Not that it'll make it any better, but we'll see. Anyway, so the other thing is that on Sunday, we showed you guys, you know, how to edit a photo.
Yeah.
Tons of people love that. Thank you so much for showing me.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So you're welcome. So I know some of those weird things that my IT person has taught me that I feel so much smarter for. So they were, and in fact, who was it? Carol Falcione. Took a screenshot, took a picture, circled it, sent it, and it was perfect. It's like, oh, I know exactly which fabric you're looking for. So it was super easy. So they were appreciative of that. So, and I think that was like the third little phone trick that we taught him, right? I think we've done that before. So let us know if there's something Brianna needs to teach you to impress your grandchildren.
I'll teach you.
Yes. And then... what was the other thing? Oh, Earth Day. So, so Earth Day is Saturday. So we have a couple of special things planned. We're going to talk about some stuff, a few things tonight, and then we have a special little video that is going to go up on Saturday. And we'll talk more about that tonight. But we want to show you a couple of things and talk to you about that. But we're trying. I mean, and it's not super hard for me, you know, to go a little bit greener. A lot of it is all of that plastic. Yeah. You know, to get rid of all of those containers, I think are kind of hard. But we clean a little bit better now. We're using the, we have gone almost exclusively to the washable paper towels, which seems sort of weird. But I think if you're cleaning up something super gross and you need to throw it away, then we would use a paper towel for that. But otherwise...
The boys' toilet?
Yeah, no. Yeah, there's a couple things. Cat vomit. There's a couple things that, you know, you do need a paper towel for. But anyway, so we're going to show you some things, show you some tricks, and talk to you about some of those things. Then we have some special pricing on a lot of that stuff. And so so we're going to show you that. I think that video is going to come up on Saturday, and we'll talk more about that. The other thing, well, and it's kind of all related, is the tours and Earth Day. And what happens is when we do these tours, these tour packages with RGE Travel, we get we earn a little wage for that. It's not a ton, but we earn. It's supposed to be like a teaching fee or a meet and greet fee or a hosting fee. Anyway, we've used all of that money all this time for different things, whether it's been Winterfest or, I mean, it was like $3,500 was what we had to donate to Winterfest for the kids. And Where else have we donated the money? We've done a couple of different things. Our new current thing, what we've done with the Iceland money, because we raised a couple $1,000s in fees for that, is there's a billboard in Soap Lake that is right next to our property, and it's this billboard that's all about the sundial in Soap Lake, and but the billboard is in drastic need of repair, and nobody has the money for it. The chamber doesn't have the money for it. The city doesn't have the money for it. The Friends of the Lower Coulee don't have the money for it. And so we raised that money, and what it is the prettiest part, not only the prettiest part in the state, but I really think one of the prettiest parts in the United States is that we call it the Coulee Corridor. And it's really beautiful. Pretty, right? It starts right there in Soap Lake, right at my address is the beginning of it, and it goes all the way up, and it's what happened with the Missoula floods, and it's where Steamboat Rock and Dry Falls and all of those things are. And I'm more reminded of it. I mean, I've always known that it was beautiful. I talk about it all the time. I've always thought that. But going to Iceland and paying all of this money for a tour guide to go and look, and it's like,
I got that.
Yeah, I live by that. And so, so anyway, it has made me appreciate it more, because ours is prettier than that. But anyway, we've raised all of this money because we are covering that billboard. We're going to cover that, and we've kind of picked out the painting, the picture that we're going to put on there. We have a local artist who does
really pretty cool,
beautiful acrylic paintings, and it's all Coulee Corridor stuff of all of the lakes. It's Caribou Trail Studios. And his name is Don Nutt, Nutt. I love his stuff. And all of his stuff looks exactly like what it looks like. He says what it is, that it's Lake Lenore at sunrise, or Devil's Bluff at sunset, or whatever it is. And so, and it really is beautiful. He takes his canvas up and sits there and paints it. But wonderful artist. Anyway, we're going to use his painting, and then we're putting some sort of a Earth Day everyday message, going up the as you head up to this beautiful area, the idea of don't leave your trash behind you, and be kind of careful. But I was telling Kayleen, a friend of mine, she is with the Friends of the Lower Coulee. She's a council member on the city of Soap Lake. But anyway, we were having coffee the other day, and I was telling her about our T-shirt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay for a T-shirt, probably not appropriate for a sign. Maybe not appropriate for everybody's T-shirt, but I think we should do T-shirts that say, take care of our planet. It's not Uranus. Or Saturn.
Or Saturn.
That's not Uranus. And then on the back day, Earth Day, every day. Anyway, I made the mistake of telling her as she was drinking her tea. And
oh, no!
She said, oh my gosh. Her face turned a little red.
It would.
What would be a memorable T-shirt? Yes, it would. Clear message. Pick up your trash. Pick up your trash. Yes. So, anyway, and speaking of that, all right, so I knew there was a point that I was talking about, because the new flyer came out for the Egypt trip, and it says on there for the Benevolent Fund for
Oh, that's right.
So 2 people have emailed and said, what is this? What do you mean? And it's like, well, all we mean by that is that we just want you to know that the money that we receive on that, we are putting it into a different fund, and we do the same thing whenever we sell a shop sample. It goes into that fund, so that whenever there's something that comes up, if there's always some sort of a cause that we're supporting.
Example, like the bra auction.
The bra auction.
We make sure that everybody gets at least $500.
Yes.
No matter what. So the Benevolent Fund will, add up whatever. If someone only sold, a couple items for that person, we'll pull from that to make sure they're at $500 or whatever.
Yeah, we make sure that everybody goes away with,
it's our charitable cause fund.
Right, yeah. And so, because I think we ended up donating, between what we raised and donated, for that cause alone, it was over $11,000. Yeah. And so, so that's all that means. So if you are coming on a tour package with us, then that fund that we receive for, and it is a promotion fund, but, so we promote it to our people. We never really talk anybody into anything, even when it comes to rulers and fabric.
I don't care. It's all good.
If you need it, we got you. If you don't need it, let me show you how to use your other ruler so you don't have to buy a specialty ruler. So yes. I do feel that way. But that being said, that's why it says for the Benevolent Fund for the Fabric Patch, because that's what we do with that money. And it's not a ton, but that's what we do with that. Mm-hmm. And because the Columbia River Cruise is the next one coming up, and there's a pre-cruise package where you arrive here in Soap Lake and you stay with us Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday morning we go to Clarkston, where we get on the river boat on Friday morning. But while you're up here, we have a great group of things that are planned. You're going to be busy every day seeing what is beautiful about our area. And then we cruise all the way down to Astoria, back to Portland, and then we get either on the bus to come back at Portland, or you get on your plane to fly home. And so that is in October, and I think there's 2 spots left. There's only 2. We do cap it. There's only 2 spots because of cancellation. So there are at this moment today, 2 spots left. So and I think if you go to our website, does it say Cruise with Us?
Yep. And the first thing you'll see is the Columbia River Cruise, and then you will see the Bali Cruise.
And then Bali. Bali is January of 2024. Mm-hmm. We already have over half of the spots are taken. Yeah. Just FYI.
Is our books and coming.
Yeah, and we have lots of really fun surprises on that in terms of boutique tours, boutique swag bags, gifts that are free. All of that stuff is included in that. And so it's fairly lengthy. I think both that one and the Egypt.
Egypt is pretty long.
Egypt is pretty long. And Egypt is what we picked for October of 2024. So we do 2 trips a year. One is a sewing event where while you're on the boat, we'll have sewing machines for you and you'll be sewing. Columbia River is sewing and Bali is sewing. And then we have one that's just hanging out. If you are retired, you're alone, you want to go with friends, you want to meet some friends, want to hang out with a group, which is a way easier way to travel than that was what Iceland was, and that's what Egypt is. It is 14 days, but it's because we're flying in and we're seeing all of the stuff, the Giza strip, the Sphinx, the King Tut's tomb.
Jordan.
Yeah, that's at the end. So we do that, and then we get on a riverboat and we cruise the Nile, and then we go to Jordan Bend. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's long. But I think here's the reason for that. I think if you've gone all that way to see all those things, see it all. Yeah. Don't go, oh gosh, if we ever come back, we'll have to do that part. Just do it all now while you're going. And so anyway, so that's kind of fun. And I think that was just put up on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's why we're mentioning that one again. If you want to travel with us, we have a fantastic time. And you're coming on Bali.
We're coming on Bali.
But not to Egypt.
No. Unless Pa doesn't want to go with you, then I'll go. I don't know. 14 days off for kids, I don't know.
14 days is a long time.
I don't want to take my kids to Egypt. And there's also an inter-flight in there and just one less thing to worry about. But I love Egypt.
Well, you guys are outnumbered. I mean, Pa and I help you with the kids. So there's technically 4 adults and 3 kids, but...
Yeah. Still.
I don't know.
Someone's going to take this cute little thing.
So somebody in Egypt will take her, but somebody in Indonesia...
No.
She said, that's funny.
It's funny.
That's funny.
She'd be the one who wouldn't cry. Harper would have screamed her head off if anyone. She didn't
even looks at her.
No. Wyatt, no, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go this way. And Maisie'd be like, okay, where we going?
Maisie doesn't even know a stranger.
No.
She's happy to see everybody.
She is.
Yeah, she likes it. Who was it? Susan Lee sent the video of how to do the wrap. So
Totally
yesterday,
works. So at box opening, she'll be wrapped.
show you.
And, yeah, it is.
She loved it. So we put her on, wrapped it, and she just couldn't stop smiling. It's like, my kingdom.
Yeah, she thought it was great. So we
it.
had I had a 2.5 yard piece of just a jersey knit that was 60 inches wide. We cut it in half. So the 30 inches is a little bit big, but it fits really well. And it's perfect. I thought like that, 108 almost inches would be too long, but it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's just right. It did. It fit just right. Didn't it?
Yeah.
She says, I know Nana's going to kiss me.
It's coming.
Oh, yeah. It's
I'm
coming.
going to be prepared.
It's coming. It's coming.
I love how
That flinch. Is that flinch? No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you kiss me.
You're such a happy baby.
She is such a happy baby. Our little day waster. Aren't you?
She is.
She sure's chewing on her fingers a lot. I sure think that there's something
Going on in there.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, I'd put her little chewy glove on her left hand a lot, where she's realized that hand. So I'm going to have to start putting it on the right hand now.
Did they see that? The little hand thing?
I don't know if they did. I have one.
It's a little elephant thing, so she puts it on her hand and it's chewy. And she just holds it like...
Yeah. What is this?
Something.
What is this? And then in her little Easter Bunny Easter gift, so who was it who sent us the 3 Easter bunnies? The little fabric made ones? We saw them just after Easter, I think. But we opened them, and hers, she had a chewy glove too. So we have a chewy glove at home. But again, I'm going to start putting it on her right hand because she's realized that it traps her left.
She keeps finding that thumb, and we keep pulling that thumb out. No one can afford those orthodontic bills.
She's like, gosh, I just found it.
Doing something. All right, and then the other thing is I had a picture to share. I have a couple of pictures. Oh, one thing that was kind of fun is we should show that picture because we haven't talked about Maisie enough yet, but we should show the picture because Saturday night finally for the first time, she is 4 months old on Saturday, and Brianna has not had a night without her, which of course makes sense. I mean, I totally get 100% supportive, but they decided to go out of town with lots and lots of finagling for Brianna to actually leave all 3 kids because the other 2 have spent the night with us.
But I always go get
not Maisie. And so at 10:30 at night she's at my house picking up a child. It's like she could have just fallen asleep. So anyway, finally Saturday night, it's like, okay, you can keep all 3 of them. She did fantastic. It was great. Just no problem at all. She sleeps all through the night. She went to sleep probably about 9:30, woke up about 6:30. But the funniest thing is this picture. I'm going to send this picture. Because then she all of a sudden realized, because she wakes up super happy. She's happy the whole time, but all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's almost like,
where am I?
And how late is it that I'm already seeing you? So she had just the funniest look on her face, and so I had to text a picture to Brianna that she did not know what was going on. Super hilarious. But the other thing, so we'll share that picture. You guys have to see that. It's just a hilarious look on her face. But the other thing is we have been laughing for a while because Pa wears, and we haven't picked on Pa for a while, but Pa wears a lot of ripped shirts. It's just what he does. He's just comfortable. He's got them barely worn in, or he says, finally comfortable. So I have to, not only when I throw his clothes away, I have to like hide them underneath other garbage so he doesn't pull them out of the garbage can. So it gets to be kind of bad. But I have noticed lately he started throwing a couple of socks away. But what's really weird about this, he throws one sock away.
We gotta put you have to throw the other one away too.
Yeah. So
they come in pairs.
I know. Kind of strange. But anyway, so when I was doing some shopping for Iceland, I don't think we ever showed you guys this picture, but I was in a store, not a Goodwill or whatever, a store. I can't remember which one it was. Yeah. And they were selling...
It was
Marshalls. They were selling this sweater for like $19.99. We're going to put a picture of it. It truly... And I held that up and I thought, this can't be real.
Yeah. It was a return that someone thought was clever.
Yeah, it's like, that's not funny. I mean, did it get... But it was truly designed like that with all of the holes in it. So, I have to show Pa. And it's like, oh my gosh, we could make so much money
off your wardrobe
selling his clothes. Well, so here's the funny thing. So, he always wears coveralls. Almost always, the work coveralls. So he always has a shirt on, but what's kind of funny, little side note, is that he doesn't wear pants underneath them. I think some people do. He gets too hot. So he takes off his pants, puts on his coveralls, and the funny thing about that is that at night when we get home, the first thing I do is I take off my bra. The first thing he does is he takes off his coveralls and drops them. So we're sitting in the living room, and he's sitting there in his underwear. And I think we told this story before. If somebody comes walking in the back door, which we have a lot of backdoor friends.
There's no hope.
There's no hope. We
can't
hide
in the sun.
Yes. So here he is in his underwear. Here I am, no bra on, and so we have to have some sort of. Enough friends have caught us that way before that. Now people are knocking more. It's like, yeah, give us a minute. But anyway, his coveralls were sitting there in a heap, and he had pulled out his other one. I have this picture, and you can see. Mm-hmm. So I said to him last night, I said, so these are ready to throw away? No.
No.
And I said, well, you're kidding me, right? No, don't throw those away. Don't throw those away.
They're just broken in.
So, I mean, you see this because you see him in these all the time. So all of the paint that's on there, all of the holes in the knees, that white stuff is either drywall or it could be caulking. I'm not sure what it is, but it's something nasty. And then notice in this same picture...
The clean ones.
That he calls those his Sunday best ones. But look at those. Those are not a whole lot better. But I said to him, well, look at that pair that's over there. Why not break those in? He goes, well, they're kind of my Sunday best
Done
ones.
my time.
Yeah.
And it's funny, I think the same day you sent me that Marshall's picture, I was at Walmart like the next day or whatever, and they have jeans that look like Carhartts that have paint all over them. For $30. Dad can make a killing on that.
I know. What would you pay for those?
Apparently.
A lot. A lot. They've got the
Being
holes.
a working man is in style these days.
Gosh. I just want to look like I'm working. Yeah, those are just, but yeah, he had them, they were sitting on the floor where you see them right there, so they were kind of in a heap, and no.
It's crazy.
Don't throw those away. No. So, anyway, I don't know. Anyway, it's, I kind of think that he should toss them, but, no. All right, let's see. I think that's the only notes I wanted to make sure and mention. A couple of little things. And then a lot of it is that some of the other things I want to talk about with Earth Day, we want to do in a special little video, kind of put all of them together so that you can find our special tips and special sewing, and then a couple of specials that we have for you. And then also next week, we're going to do... Are we starting our Mother's Day thing? Is that the first week in May?
Yeah.
So next week we'll have some other kind of fun things so that you can order any Mother's Day things that you need, and we'll have those special gifts for you, limited quantity special items, and so we'll talk about that next week. And then the other thing happening this week is this, right?
Yesterday afternoon, our final block was posted, block number 10, which is actually this little guy.
This little guy.
Pretty fun. And then in 2 weeks, we'll do the setting triangles. So we'll talk about trimming up your blocks, show you that if you haven't trimmed up blocks before or, just want to see. And then that really cool setting, which is like a two-tone triangle. So super cool. The other thing we did is we also showed if you're not doing Westport, and the Westport blocks are 11 and a half inches. They're a little smaller because she was able to use the rulers that you've been using the whole time. But we show you at the end how to do it for a 12 and a half inch block, because that is the most popular, most made block in quilting is a 12-inch finished block. So we showed you how to do that if you like this setting, because I think the setting is super cool, and it's not as daunting as it looks. So so that'll come in
the setting.
2 weeks, and then yesterday was our last block. So hopefully you're working on all those 9 patches for those setting blocks we've already done, and
we have the other two kind of started. We've been sort of working on that. The problem is we have such a skeleton crew here. I know it always seems like there's so many people, but there's not. And somebody else had pointed out that our Get to Know Our Staff page is super, super bad.
Oh, is it?
Tracy's not on there.
Oh, she might not be.
We should fix that.
Yeah, we should.
Because they want to know more about Tracy. And there's not even a picture.
There's not even a picture.
Yeah, so we need to fix that. But skeleton crew, there's not very many of us really that work here. I don't know why. I think that we kind of get everything done. But right now, this week, this month, CK is out. CK is the one that we always have show and tell from her. In fact, I think we have something tonight that she made sure that we had to show. She's the one with the long braid that sews so much. And she's just our purple fan. But she had back surgery. And she had some nerve damage. She had a cyst next to it that pushed everything out of the way. And those of you guys that have been in the shop have noticed that she's been walking super, super slow. So she had a couple of injections in the back, and finally they agreed that she needed to have surgery. So she had surgery Monday morning. She'll be off. The doctor said, or she said 2 weeks, and we're going like, we'll see you in a month. So in the meantime, so we're down one full-time employee, and we're also taking food out. So it's funny how all of a sudden at the end of the day, it's like, oh, dang it, we didn't get that other thing done either. Yeah. So we're trying to catch up, and we'll get those out to you. But anyway, we'll catch up with our blocks of the month. What's kind of nice about it is that it seems like with quilters, we always have something else we're working on also.
Right.
But I think with the hand stitching, once we have our first class, you can kind of be working ahead as much as you'd like. Oh,
don't do it.
She's kind of acting like she's hungry.
She kind of is, yeah.
She's wishing that...
She didn't finish her breakfast this morning.
Oh.
Maybe that's why.
Well, maybe what we should do is stop yakking, feed the baby, because we'll see you again tonight. Because was there anything else that was critical?
I don't think so.
Tonight at 5 o'clock, box opening, and massive chatter.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know how many boxes. Totally.
And I don't know. I think it's Moda, Hoffman, and...
There's a ton of Hoffman boxes.
Maybe Northcott? I don't know. It's something.
There's a lot of boxes. A lot of boxes because Sunday we didn't open any boxes. We sort of made that decision of, no, let's just do a clearance thing. You guys really liked that. And I think they liked it this last time also. So we'll kind of keep throwing those in every once in a while to do some clearance stuff and show you some ideas. And two things. One is, three things. One is show you things that you may not have seen for a while, show you things that are clearance priced, and show you ways to use up your stash. So, not just our traditional box opening that we didn't open a single box.
Yeah.
But
a little tour.
That's okay. Yeah. Yes, you're being so good.
She is.
I am, and I'm getting hungry.
She's I'm about ready
to let her stand so they can see how big she's getting.
Getting pretty big. She doesn't really like to stand on her own.
No, she doesn't.
No.
The other kids are always bouncing.
Lazy.
No, don't hold me.
No.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, see, what is that?
What? As a thing they were saying, put something bright behind you so she can watch the quilt.
Right?
Because she does.
So I do like it. I like my fingers more.
I like your fingers. It's hard. She's so distracting.
She is.
Such a distraction. Such a distraction. Such a distraction. All right. Okay, we're going to see you tonight.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.